Welcome, everyone, to our podcast episode. It's the first one of 2022. And this episode, it's not me who's the host, it's Seven Thugs. So I'm going to stay quiet and shut up. Sid will talk.
Yo, God. I thought that'd never end.
I thought that was his New Year's resolution. Just, just stay quiet and talk. That's one of his New Year's resolutions, isn't it?
Yeah, so almost like he'd want to be like a monk or something in his second life.
That's what I heard. Like, guys, it was weird. He was talking about him wanting to be a monk. Do you guys genuinely believe that in a second life, Mr. Hashchamp right here could actually pull off the monk lifestyle, just a super quiet life of just meditation and chilling?
I don't know, because here's my thought process. I think Hash, like, you know how we have our inner monologues, right? How like we think, we read to ourselves, and we talk to ourselves in our own mind. I think Hash's one just yells at him. Okay? I need to eat. I should eat.
telling him you need to upload more podcast shit.
No, but I
shower.
No. Look, I think you guys are jealous.
Eat, yes. Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. That would be a pretty pog like inner voice though, just like one that yells at you. Oh my god. Oh shit.
This takes a whiff of himself.
Oh, I hate the detail. I hate the detail Sid put into it by saying shower no. Eating, yes.
Oh my god.
That dumb English.
Literally, Hash hasn't showered since last year. No cap. No cap. No, like a genuine, he hasn't showered since last year.
I shower a lot, man. Like every day, like 3 times a day.
No, shut the fuck up.
I mean, we have a clip that says otherwise.
Like 3-4 times a day. Like,
Hash literally admitted to showering once a week because his body would take care of it.
I said every 2-3 days. But
okay, that's basically once a week. Okay, New 2022. You know what it is. Did you guys do anything for New Year's?
Yeah, what'd you guys do?
Isolated
yeah,
like a motherfucker.
What'd you do?
Nothing. Literally stuck here.
You got COVID?
Yeah,
you got COVID?
Yeah.
Yo, I saw that. I'm just like, not again. I saw that on your stream title. I was just like, fuck, not again. That was literally how I reacted.
Yeah, I'm unlucky. But this time I got COVID because I actually went to the hospital and I got a COVID test and I licked it. I wanted to get it, guys. I'm testing it. Yeah, I'm a good person like that. Yeah. I wanted to give myself... Yeah, I wanted to give it to myself because I believe in survival of the fittest, in it. So... I survived.
Yeah. Suck a Hash. Suck a Hash.
This is the test I licked. This is the test that I licked, and I gave it.
They literally brought up the fucking rapid test. Don't kill me.
Suck a Hash. Yo, I ain't got COVID no more, so I'm chilling. Big winning. What did you do, Blowfish? What did you do?
For New Year's? I just drank a lot and just ate beef and just chilled with my family. That was it.
Beef.
Yeah.
You're Filipino. Why would you pick beef over pork? Filipinos love
they do love pork.
Yeah.
Because according to the Filipino lifestyle, if you eat beef, that means you're a rich motherfucker. So that's
really
why. Like actually speaking, yeah.
No,
that's the thing. Like in the Filipino lifestyle, if you eat a lot of beef, like you're gonna be known to you're gonna be looked at as like a rich motherfucker.
Oh, because I guess it's expensive, right, compared to the
other.
It is.
Yeah, Amo, Jello, any Filipinos in chat right now? Yeah, I need a confirmation. Go ask your parents real quick.
Yeah, but like Blowfish is from like the older generation of Filipinos. So they believe the weird traditions and shit.
We do.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
They still believe witches exist, man.
Yeah. He's in the weird one. You know, the ones that believe like, oh, you can't do this, can't do that.
Yeah. They believe in Jesus because they probably saw him going to school together.
Oh, yeah. I was homies with Jesus, man. Like, you know, when he got nailed on the cross, I'd be like, "Hey, you're getting nailed for the first time."
You're laughing at him? What the fuck? Yo, that's fucked up. Okay. First things first. Let's start off the new podcast. You know, new topics and that. You know, come on. The New Year's coming. Have to ask, what are your New Year's resolutions? Do you guys make New Year's resolutions? I don't know why I said it like that. But Blowfish,
I was gonna say me. I guess like if I'm gonna be serious about New Year's resolutions, it's more just like I guess I would call it just more goals and resolutions. But like like for the streaming part that I do, just try to get to.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Streaming part that I do, I guess a resolution for me would be like get to 1,000 before my tiers on Twitch, which is June 23rd. Honestly, just keep getting better at content, remain more consistent, be more disciplined, of course.
Is 1,000 hard to get to? Is 1,000 followers hard to get to?
Motherfucker.
You guys still haven't got there yet? Oh shit! Sorry, my bad. Sorry, continue. Sorry, my bad.
I swear to God, if I start trying Hash,
I feel like Sid, if he actually starts trying, oh my god,
bro, if I just start making TikToks, Hash, just trust me, bro.
It's over. It's over.
I'm letting you guys have your fun.
Sid's helping us. Yeah.
Sid with the mind games.
10K first, bro. Let's see who hits
10K.
first.
Okay.
What's that phrase? What's that? Like, Sid stood up so we can run or some shit. What's that thing? Like, what's that quote?
No, it's you guys walk so I could run.
Yeah, that's
there
it.
we go.
Yeah,
I'm letting you guys go first.
So basically, what Sid is saying is that he's a lazy son of a bitch, and he's making me and Hash do all the work.
Yeah.
But other than that, like other than those two things, obviously remain consistent. Keep doing what I'm doing. Improve little by little every single stream, every single time I get on here, whether it's on here or just my actual stream. Personally speaking, I guess like for me, just practice more self-care, man, because I feel like I kind of lacked in that in 2021. I'll be honest with myself on that. Get more gigs get paid gigs, start getting paid for the voice acting stuff, like actually speaking. I think I'm gonna start pushing that more outside of stream.
Are you still doing that? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, you gave up with that, Blowfish.
Yeah, bro. I thought
that was something of last year. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
Lord.
I thought that was just a phase. Okay.
Oh,
just like your work phase.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, just like your streaming phase right now, right?
Nah, you can't use the same joke. You can't use the same joke.
That is the same joke.
Technically, we did. We did.
And technically you guys did. I'm not saying
this
technically you guys did too.
You can't use the same re-insult and do the same thing. That's not fair.
That's technically the same joke too, though. Other than that, yeah, just more self-care, just practicing more, and getting paid more for that kind of stuff. And I guess that's pretty much it for me. Just keep on going, keep on grinding. Obviously, get more collabs.
What do you mean by self-care, if you don't mind me asking? Like, are you talking about physical self-care? Are you talking about like mental self-care, or
more
like
mental,
just mental? Okay,
more
and
mental, yeah.
if you don't mind me asking,
Sure.
what kind of stuff have you got planned for you to start doing? Getting better at self-care and stuff like that. Because I could say I want to do this, I want to do that. I can say I want to do a backflip, but if I'm not really, if I don't have a plan on how to start doing a backflip, if I'm not even starting to learn how to jump properly, then there's kind of useless, right? So do you have anything planned for? Do you have anything planned for your journey onto the self-care mentally?
I guess like for me, just I think a problem with myself that I've actually known when it comes to just hang out on Twitch a lot, hang out on streams a lot, is that like after streams, like I usually go on for like 3 to 4 hours. I also I'm trying to teach myself like, hey, it's okay to like sort of step back for a little bit and just leave the homies on lurk, but do like other stuff, just like step away from the computer. So I want to practice a bit more of that, because I feel like if I remember near the tail end of the year, I'm just like, dude, I feel off like every time. It's like probably because I'm always on the fucking computer, you know what I mean? So I guess self-care in that sense, like just being okay with just stepping away and just doing something else for like a few hours and then coming back to it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like obviously just like if you're not feeling so say if on an off day where I don't stream or do anything and I want to do other things outside of it, if I'm not feeling up to it, like, and I really shouldn't push myself, I need to be okay with me saying like, okay, like you can put this off another day, probably not going to take as long as you think, feel free just to rest, other than that, yeah, like that's like those are my current plans. I think not only that, but just like adapt along the way to see what else I can do for the new year, right? That's my idea of self-care, at least.
No, I think what you said actually makes a lot of sense. Like it actually entails similar to like New Year's. I've never ever, swear to God, no lie, every year I've never made like proper New Year resolutions. Like people list that shit. I've never done it. For many reasons. Like one, I'm lazy. But now I actually do have some. But like they're not really New Year's resolutions. Like one thing is like
what? Okay, can I ask what made you change? What made you go, oh yeah, let me try a New Year's resolution?
Because I feel like in 2021 is the first year I've actually done something for myself. That's okay. Oh, that sounded deeper than it meant to. But
no. I love that though. I love that because I know why.
Awesome.
Right?
I think 2021
I love that.
is the first year I did something. Yeah, it was COVID and like people were dying and shit and all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, and like obviously it was bad. No, but like obviously it was a bad year for most people and stuff. But for me, it was a blessing, and I'll explain to you why. Because it was the first year I was able to like actually put my head down and do something I wanted to do, sort of thing, and remain consistent to it. Sorry. Technically, I started streaming 3 months before 2021, but like this year, I started and I didn't stop, sort of thing. Even if there was like a good phase, bad phase, etc., etc. Even when you go gym, etc., I continued it. So my actual New Year resolution was like the first one was to continue what I did in 2021 and not stop on it. You know what I mean? Continue doing the same stuff and like hopefully get better results, but I guess no one knows the answer to like what the fucking result is gonna be, sort of thing, because it's so confusing, especially if you do something like Twitch, YouTube, etc. What about you, Sid? Have you got like, do you believe in that? Do you got New Year resolutions and stuff?
Zero New Year's resolution. Zero. Nothing.
Oh yeah? How come?
Never.
Are you that edgy?
Huh?
Are you that edgy?
Yeah, I'm
He's
that
too cool
edgy.
for us.
I'm that edgy.
He's too cool for us.
Yeah, he
Just
sets
like
his
he
times,
does,
he
you know.
sets his years resolutions all the time.
Basically, I actually read that it was actually a long time ago when I read a book. I mean, I used to do New Year's resolution. It used to always be like, oh, lose weight, get in better shape, be someone that you can be more proud of and stuff like that. Which it still remains the same. Like I still want to get in better shape. I still want to be proud of myself. I want to make my parents proud and stuff like that, right? But the reason why I don't do New Year's resolution is because I actually found out from a book that I used to read like way back before, right? About 90+% of New Year's resolution get broken in the first 3 weeks.
Makes sense.
The chances of someone more than 90%, the chances of you keeping your New Year's resolution throughout the entire year is less than 1%. Less than 1%.
No, that's facts.
That's
like I've seen that a lot.
fucking crazy, right? And the reason why you think that is you get this boost at the start of the year. You're like, oh yeah, I'm so motivated, and eventually you start to learn that the motivation goes down, right? You don't have the same drive as you did when you first got into something, right?
100%.
So what I've kind of done, which is a little bit stupid, but essentially kind of did work for me when I first started it, was I actually started doing basically a New Year's resolution kind of thing, but like a delayed time. But at the same time, I didn't give it to the same energy and same thought process as a New Year's resolution, right? I didn't go, this is my start day. One day when I was just motivated, I'm like, okay, now's the fucking day that I start. And I just kind of like kept going on with it. And essentially it stuck by. One thing was gym. One time my friend said, hey, do you want to go gym with me? And I go, you know what? I'm not doing anything. Let me fucking go gym. Right? I went gym with him. Next day, he's like, you want to go gym with me? I'll go, yeah, sure. I enjoyed going gym with you yesterday. Let's go gym again. Did it again. After that, start building the motivation up by myself. So even on the days that I am not motivated, I'm still motivated. And that way I've kept one of my New Year's resolution, that you might call it a New Year's resolution, but it actually started like in March-ish, right? So I got into better shape. I literally more than doubled my strength that I first started off going into the gym with, right?
Let's go. Yeah.
And that's just what it is. I used to do a lot of New Year's resolution. Like I used to actively be one of those guys that used to do the New Year's resolution and stuff, but it's just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I mean, you're still trying, I guess, like, because, you know, in terms of getting stronger at the gym.
I know you fucking.
That's kind of tough, though, isn't it? Because like,
the moment he smiled, I knew it.
You're limited because of your height, though, aren't you? Because you're 5'5", so at 5'5", you can't really do much.
I'm literally 5'10", bro. Shut up.
At that height, it's not really much weight you can lift. Like you kind of restricted because of like physics, innit? You know, the longer the spanner, the easier to turn. Small little spanner you are, so it's harder to lift the heavy weights. But you know, it's good. I think relatively you're doing well. So the 5 kg you lift dumbbells, I'm proud of you. The more
crooked his nose, the more fucking evil the human being, and Hash is the.
I mean, you know, that's facts. Have you seen like guys like Waluigi and Dr. Doofenshmirtz? Look how big their noses are, man.
Yeah, there's a correlation. Okay, but moving on to the point about mine that I made, which I kind of said I think New Year's resolutions are bullshit. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Do you guys think, is there a point to New Year's resolution?
I agree. I know I technically had one, but I think they're stupid.
This guy's so stupid he doesn't even know his own thoughts.
Let me say, I get why people have it. Like, it sounds good. Like, I think as a person, right? Look, this is to every fucking human, right? You should try to improve yourself in any way, shape, or form. I think that is, everyone should have that mindset, right? Personality-wise, physically, all that crap. But like you've always got to think of some way to improve yourself, and I think you should start whenever, wherever you are, whatever time. But I get the concept, like, yeah, New Year resolutions, it's a new start, so it's like a way of, I think, accepting some flaws about yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yep.
So I think in
okay.
that sense it's good. But I do agree with Sid when he was like, people have shit like go gym and then they go for like a week and they give up. They go for a month tops, and that's
It's
even
Yeah.
it's actually a gym plan. Or I'll tell you something about it, right? The gym, which is the gym group that is also the gym that I go to, right? Basically, the most amount of money that gyms make is during the first 3 months of the year. They literally make they. I'm not joking you. There was a statistic on this one gym specifically. They make most of like 80% of their income of the entire year in the first 3 months. That's because
yeah,
that's
that
how
makes
many
sense.
new
Yeah,
people are
Yeah.
coming in,
Normally a lot of new
right? And
people.
what essentially people do is after 3 months they get a little bit busier and they go, oh, let me freeze my account instead. Because if you freeze your account, you only have to pay £5 a month rather opposed to paying
20 or yeah,
£21,
yeah,
£22. You don't have the joining fee again and this and that, right? So essentially that £5 they build up and you make the money throughout the year and it's a steady income. But in the first 3 months, you make about 80-70% of your entire year income as a gym. And the gym, they actually let you have 3 days for free during December time because they're trying to get people interested into the gym. Oh, come try test out a gym, see
yeah,
how good it is.
yeah.
Try these free
Yeah.
refresheners and stuff like that, right? Try this water. It helps you get back into top physical shape as soon as possible and stuff like that. That's how they sell you. It's the first 3 months are the biggest months of the entire year for gyms.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense as well.
That does
I
make.
see
It's
I
also
see
money.
people who
A lot of
make
money.
like, yeah, who like, I'm gonna go gym, I'm gonna do this, I'm a new year, new me, I'm gonna start eating healthy and shit, and they just
I
fucking give up
hate
after a week. That shit pisses
I
me off. I'm
hate
like, just
that.
start today, man. Just do it, or like
That's what I'm
do
saying.
it
Yeah.
when you like.
Exactly. Right. Like.
But
Like
I
my. Oh, you go ahead, Ash.
no, it's after you, Bloodfish. It's fine. What you said?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say just like
Yeah,
my
elderly
take
first.
on. Thank you. Wow, showing respect for once. I was actually just gonna put out my answer if that's cool, unless you wanted to finish yours off, Hash. But my whole thing with New Year's resolutions is that yeah, people definitely. I'm gonna say like 95% of people. Sure, we'll go with that number. 95% of people would definitely give up after a week, a month at most. You know what I mean? So it's not to say that they're bullshit per se. It's just more that people don't have the fucking discipline to follow through with it. I think that New Year's resolutions are fine. They're not bullshit. Just a lot of people in this world are not very disciplined, right? And the moment that I had a buddy of mine, who's all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go to the gym again." Like we're gonna use that example. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna get swole. I'm tired of being single. Well, I was like, okay. He sounded serious like a day before, and I'm like, all right, cool, right? So he was like going. He was going to the gym, and then like a week later, he stopped doing what he was doing. And I'm like, why? He's just like, oh man, people are built different, dog. And I'm like, dude, really? And I'm like, this was after like a week at the gym. It's like, what happened to being single? It's like, yeah, I think it's okay to be single. I don't need to get ladies. I'm like,
Nah.
dude, like at that point, it's just like you just lack discipline at this point, right? So,
No.
like, I think New Year's resolutions are a thing. It's just people don't know how to follow through. That's how I feel about it.
I think that's actually the best way. No, you know what? I think
Yeah.
Blowfish is because I think Blowfish were the best because like I do believe that it's a way of like understanding where you need to do better, but then most people just don't follow through with it. They just give up after like
It's all bark and no bite, basically, right?
Yeah,
It's all
Exactly.
bark and
Right.
no bite. You say you're gonna do something, but actions speak louder than words. Like go to the gym. Like just
Just
getting
do
to the
it.
gym is the hardest part because once you're there, you're like, oh, I'm here. I might as well just work out anyways, right? It's always getting to the point, putting yourself in the position for you to be able to do it. That's the most difficult thing.
Yeah, I guess, but at the same time, like you also have to just hold yourself accountable for being like, okay, like I promised myself to do this,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try it, but people don't know how to do that either. Let's be real here, right?
It's yeah. Another thing is I actually really like the point that Hash made earlier, saying
I did make it. I know. I know. I just know I'm a genius. I do make good points, and like I am pretty good at telling people like truths and shit. Honestly, I just think all my points have been amazing.
This is why I drink, guys.
Fuck
This is
off.
why I drink.
I want to join you drinking, but I like that. I like the point that Hash made earlier about how New Year's resolution is kind of like accepting yourself. Like for the past year, you might like everyone's gonna go through challenges and stuff like that, right? No, even like the richest man, the most happiest man on the world, they're gonna go through or woman or non-gendered, right?
Yeah.
But Yeah, just had to let you know.
You know what?
Even
That's a fair point.
That's
a fair point. That's a fair point.
Even they're gonna have to go through things, right?
People's the safe answer. People.
Nah, people's not safe, bro.
Oh, you can't take person.
I ain't gonna fault Sid for that. I ain't gonna fault Sid for that.
But basically, even like they're gonna go through some stuff, and they're gonna have to go through some challenges, right? And they might not always make the right decision. They're just able to accept themselves what they bunny. The thing is, I can't even say human because there's a guy on TikTok that's getting plastic surgery to look like an alien. He's about 40%.
Wait, really?
Yeah, some people don't identify as human.
He got 2 of his fingers removed, so he's got 3 fingers on his hand.
Why?
He got 2 of his fingers removed. He's gonna get his spine removed. He has horns coming out. He's like 27.
Wait. But I'm pretty sure if you get your spine removed, like what? How is he gonna like stand up straight?
He's gonna get part of his spine removed, so he's like constantly hunchback like this, hunchback like Hash.
Okay. What do you mean hunchback like
he's
Hash?
straight up. He's straight up.
Yeah, because you said that. You said hunchback like Hash, and I went like this.
Again, this is why I drink. Yeah. Like actually.
All right, but it's kind of like that, but it's accepting yourself, which I do.
True.
I do understand, and it was a good point he made.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Next thing. Oh my god, the alien thing just threw me off because
that's why I was like, wait, what?
I'll send you the TikTok if I can find it.
Not only that, but like Sid and Hash, I'm sure before you move on to the next question, like you brought up the whole alien thing, right? So do you know that guy? Oh, I'm sure you guys know who he is. So we talked about BTS, I think, while we were planning this, right? Do you know about that guy who literally got like plastic surgery just to try to look like Jimin, and he's a white dude.
Really ugly though. Oh, he's fat ugly.
Here's the thing. Here's the fucked up part. Here's the fucked up part. Yeah, it's like here's the fucked up part. He's all like, I don't identify as white anymore. I'm Korean because I'm like, okay, that's not how being a Korean works, bro. I'm like, I could it's like me saying, hey, I watch a lot of anime. That makes me Japanese. I'm like, no, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
He's really ugly as well. Like,
he's really ugly.
Like, Jimin is a very good looking person. Yeah, he went from decent to fuck ugly. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, man. And Jimin is a really good looking human as well.
He's a good looking dude. He's a good looking dude.
Like, he is actually on one of the good ends of attractiveness, and then there's this dude who looks like ass and tries to look like
he looks like pie. He looks like bad pie.
Not gonna lie, I'd be gassed. If I was Jimin, I'd be gassed. If someone tried to look like me and did plastic surgery,
imagine if that were to happen one day.
I would be like, that's kind of crazy, but I'd low-key, I'd be, that's kind of cool at the same time. It's kind of hot.
I get beaten up and my face beats a pulp and I say I'm Hashcham, and Hash will give you like, oh, he wants to be like me.
Yeah.
Just just shave a part of your hair too, Sid, and then just put it around your mouth for the beard as well.
Make my nose twice the size. Just add
that too.
Prosthetic nose. Yeah.
And just don't shower.
Or like have this really sexy beard, which none of you two gentlemen here can get. Have facial hair, which none of you can
I can actually grow facial hair.
That's fact.
Yeah, I actually send you a picture. I actually send you. No. I'll send you a picture.
I can, but it's gross. I'm like, that's why I just shave. Like, I can't. Like, mine's gross. Like, I don't want to do that.
So I get the entire chin. I get like, so I have. It depends.
Entire it's very chin. Specific. Like, that's a flex. That's called bum fluff.
No. Listen. Shut up.
Fluff.
You know, he's got a point.
Little dust on your face.
Shut the fuck up.
He's got a point.
Listen. I can grow. You let me finish first, okay? I can grow the entire chin, and the only thing I need is the cheek part, right? But the cheek part only grows certain times. It's very weird. My cheek, like the hair on my cheek, grows very certain times, and I have to be careful when it grows. But if you give me like 2.5, 3 months, I'll get a beard. Like genuinely,
my God, this guy!
I get the entire chin in 2.5 weeks.
Okay,
but I won't.
Now
get
I kind of want to see this. If that, like, I kind of want to see.
I have a picture. I have a picture. I can literally send you a picture.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I kind of want to see this.
Sid will get the same on his face as there is on my forehead. Fucking nothing. Like, what is this? Dude has just said he gets a... Sid, you think with your weak, pathetic genes, you could get a beard like this? Like, come on, man. Some people have been...
Yeah, Hash, and you try to grow your hair out to look like me, so I don't care.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But some people are blessed.
Guys, Hashcham literally said...
I can confirm this.
Hashcham literally said, I was planning to grow your hair because people said they really liked your hair, and I wanted people to like my hair too.
Yeah.
Fair.
But your hair is a wig.
This
It's
guy
not
literally
real.
wants to be like me.
Your hair is
And
a wig.
he's trying to
It's
come
not
at me.
even real though. Like yours is fake. Fucking.
Yeah, your
That's
forehead
not-
still has a larger surface area. Thank you very much, Taya. Welcome to the stream.
Damn, going after the forehead now. More like a 5 head, am I right?
No, listen. I can prove all of you wrong with this one. Yeah, it's a forehead. Look at my fingers.
Yeah, because your hands are fatter than you are, bro. What do you mean? What does that mean? Like, if I just go like this, oh yeah, okay, my hands are exactly the same size as yours, so
Yeah,
you can just
apparently,
measure the same. No, my hands are tiny. That's why my whole freaking hand can fit on my forehead.
You need a 5 thing. This is a 5 head. I got a 4 head.
You got fat fingers.
Where?
That's what you have. That's what you have, bro.
It's proportionate
Okay,
to the 6 foot guy.
Okay. No more roasting. Moving on. Okay, but let's keep into Cumberland hands. Let's keep Cumberland fingers. Sorry. Okay, keeping on to bad habits and good habits. Okay, let's say New Year's resolution isn't a thing, right? Or let's say it is a thing. How would you go about keeping up with your habits, good or good habits? Try to improve yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. So how
Sure,
do you go about trying to build good habits, and like try to keep up with your New Year's resolution?
Firstly, you gotta stop being a
go?
sensitive little bitch. That's how I'm gonna start it off. You
Okay,
cannot
you
be
sure, go.
a sensitive
Are you
little.
targeting me?
What?
Yeah, that's rude.
How insensitive are you, bro?
know, God.
That's fucked up, bro.
What did I do?
That's
Oh, my hand. I was like targeting. You cannot be. I feel like I'm at school. You cannot be a sensitive little bitch if you want
Headmaster,
to
can I use
build
the
good
washroom?
habits. That's it. Period. And that starts it. If
Fair.
you are a sensitive little bitch and cry about any form of criticism, then shit. You have to accept. On a genuine, you have to accept your. Okay, actually, I can't say you're human because some people want to be.
Stop
aliens.
yelling, bro.
Yeah.
Please.
You have to
Stop
accept
yelling, bro.
for majority
Actually,
that you're just human. You know what I mean? So you got to be like happy to know that it's okay to be bad or wrong or incorrect or not doing something the right way, which is very subjective in many things. And I think if you're happy to accept that, that's a big form, like I think a big way, sorry, to build good habits. And in terms of like continuing them, yesterday I was asking people who are the biggest inspirations, right? Like people in real life, just randomly said like, who would you say? Would it be someone you know in real life? And Blowfish, like just yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest
And
inspiration.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes
I
and
have
no
to.
for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. So for me, it's a instant. I don't know this person. My biggest inspiration in life, I swear to God, you guys might think I'm an
It's
idiot.
The Rock.
No,
The Rock.
Wayne
I
The Rock.
swear-
John Cena.
John Cena?
No, I have a crush
The Rock.
on them. I have a crush on them.
Chris Hemsworth.
No. I swear, you guys won't guess it. You guys won't guess it. But
I'm actually curious. To
My-
what
my
is he?
big-
Oh,
Biggest
Mike
is-
Tyson.
yeah,
No,
how'd
he's
you
pretty
know?
sick though.
How'd you know?
Wait, did you actually? Wait,
yeah,
actually, that's
I
your
know
answer?
you,
Oh
bro.
shit. Okay.
Okay. All right. So
Because I fucking know you. What? I watch your streams, you fucking imbecile.
Okay, cool. I mean, I wouldn't watch you,
Fair.
but like
My name's
all I-
Hash. Did you know that, mother? Oh my god.
But like
bro.
my biggest been Mike Tyson. But the reason for it is why it is Mike Tyson is because he has this one quote, right, which I swear to God, this is like it is ingrained in my head. It's like it's about like being disciplined, right? And it's like discipline isn't about doing something when you're feeling good. It's about doing it even when you hate it, like you love it. And that shit, I don't know, maybe I was in a very like listening mood when I heard it or some shit, but oh my God, it's always in my mind. So because of that, I am always willing to be roasted on a genuine level, not as like people say my forehead's big because my forehead's tiny. But on a genuine level, so I can like improve myself, sort of thing. And I think if you are happy to like be criticized and remain disciplined, and I think that's the best way to build good habits. You know what I mean? Unless you guys have it different, I don't know. Like, what about yourselves? Like, how you guys?
Yeah,
I mean, what
You
good?
wanna know how I actually know Hash?
What?
Because we had a podcast like 2 podcasts ago where we talked about our biggest role models, and
And
you
I
said
said Mike
Yeah.
Tyson.
You did, you did.
And then in a different podcast, you also said, "Yeah,
You also
dude,
said that
I
same quote
fucking
a few
love Mike
times. Yeah.
Tyson," and you said the same quote every time.
Ah.
Can you guys? This is how uninteresting Hash is. That he just
Yeah, this-
recycles his stories and he pretends like they're new stories.
No,
Like
that's
we've
how
known.
interesting I am because they're so important. You got to say it a couple times in it, so people want to.
He has to say it a couple times because
Yeah.
no one can get past the fact that your face
Yeah,
face
right?
looks like that, so they're distracted. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And they
Yeah,
get
totally.
confused. Yeah. What about
And
yourself?
what about you, Blowfish? Blowfish,
Me?
what about you?
So to build good habits, again, like I do agree with Hash being like, yeah, like not necessarily like I would word in a sense that like learn how to take, you know, constructive criticism. Obviously, you know, don't be overly sensitive about it, you know, but at the same time, you know, for those who are just like who are just there to sort of just like knock you down a peg or trying to and genuinely think that like, you know, you shouldn't be where you are, like don't fucking listen to them. You know what I mean? Just keep on doing what you're doing, improve little by little. One thing that I do actually to keep up like any sort of like discipline or like work habits or just good habits in general is like I make myself a checklist. Like as stupid as that and as lame as that sounds, like I make myself a checklist. Like shit, what do I got to do today, right? Like for example, yesterday, like it was kind of funny because Hash reminded me low key to do it when he was all like, "Oh, yo, like because I remember Hash when you messaged us on New Year's, and you're all like, "Yo, Blowfish, yeah, keep up with the consistently uploading the shorts on the YouTube." I was like, "Okay, cool, right?" And then you tell Hash like, "Stop being a lazy fuck," right? And I'm like, I need to do that on January 1st. I was like, okay, let me upload the most recent short, right? So that was like one thing that I did, and then like, I have like a checklist over here on stuff that I will like a daily sort of to-do list, and I'm like, okay, I need to do that, and I just check it off, right? And yesterday, like I got a lot done, like because I was like planning on bringing in a new command for my stream, which I already fixed up yesterday. Same with like a new channel point redemption, that was on there. So like it took a lot less effort than I thought, and it was a lot more easier than I thought. I got all that shit done in like an hour, and I'm like, well, shit, I still have like the rest of the day to do something else. That's pretty cool, right? And like another thing with that is just the things that you set out to do like on a daily, not only just help build good habits, but a lot of people have to get out of their heads thinking like, oh, I got so much shit to do. This is going to take forever. Well, really, if they just, sit down and just shut up and just do it, it's not going to take as long as people think. Like, that's a thought I need to put in my head is like, this is not going to take you as long as you think, man. Just
That's a
fucking
very
do it.
fair point.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, like, that. I guess that's, for me, like, another sort of New Year's resolution is like, build that into your head that all of this shit that you're planning on doing probably won't take as long as you think. You know what I mean? So just fucking do it, right? So, yeah, that's how I build good habits, essentially. What about you, Sid?
For me, building good habits is everything that I do. I try to have fun with it, like genuinely
Fair.
just have
Okay.
fun with it. I'm currently working part-time at a retail store, right? It's not fun. It's boring. You deal with shitty customers, you deal with shitty bosses, deal with shitty work. Everything about it is the least fun. But I have friends at work. I listen to music. I'm like just just essentially kind of like letting loose a little bit, and I will have
Fair.
fun with work and stuff like that. I'll fuck around at work, not to the extent where the managers are like getting annoyed and shit like that, but I'll
Yeah.
try it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll just have fun with it as I'm doing it, and it becomes a little bit bearable, right? With gym, always 100% have to have fun. Like there's fun you can do with like you can mess around sometimes. You can make friends at the gym. That you can have fun with challenges, setting yourself challenges. This number, I want to hit this number by then. I want to do this. I want to be able to do this. I want this type of mobility. I want to be able to run this fast, this, in this speed, under this speed, or like, I want to be able to run at this, whatever. Have fun with it. Anything. Challenge yourself. And
Fair.
don't put like a big challenge. Don't be like say if you're addicted to smoking, right? You can't stop smoking. Don't just go,
Trying
I
to
want to
tell us something,
completely
Sid?
stop smoking. Yeah.
Trying to tell us something, Sid? I'm kidding.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a very fair point what Sid just said, by the way.
That is,
Like,
that is, yeah,
that's
that's
so
100%
fair because
fair.
like I think a lot of times people like start something and they go hard. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to the gym and let's say I can only do 20 squats, so do 20. I think instead do 10 squats. Do half of what you normally can, so you can come the day after, and then you can come the day after that. So instead of setting goals where it's like I need to go from 0 to 100, or I need to do 100 and 110 and 120, start off at 40, and then the day after you can do 50, then you can do 60, then you can do 70, and then
Just like build it up slowly.
Yeah, I think it's okay to do that. I think it's
That's
we
fine. That's
set
fine.
100%.
in our
If
mind
you
that we
get
have
there
to
in the
start
end,
so high or at our best. you don't have to start at your best, bro. Start a bit
you
lower.
don't.
You know, start lower and then go up as you're going. And I actually think that's the best thing you've ever said.
I was gonna say, Hash, people respect a grinder
goals,
than just someone who just is already good at what they do. You know what I mean? People like a grinder. People like a hustler more than just like someone who's just already good at what they do. Like, I guess that's a good way to put it too.
You like grinder, huh?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, see, I can't relate because I'm just good at everything I do. But like but for people who aren't, I mean, take it easy. It's okay. It's okay to be slow.
Like,
you know?
Yeah, late bloomer, right? Well,
okay,
sorry, Sid, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah.
Okay. One thing, like set smaller goals. Say like my end goal for this entire year is reach 1,000 followers, right? I want to reach 500 followers in the next 3 months. I want to reach 750 in 2 months after that. I want to hit 1,000. You know, this and this. Like, I have smaller goals, so when I actually do end up reaching those goals, I get the satisfaction. I get the drive to go more, right? Like, say, I'll put it in a sense of, say you hit a milestone, like a ranking on a video game, right? Say you hit rank division 1, right? Once you hit that, you get the satisfaction. Oh my god, I'm in this division now. I want to keep playing. I want to get better. But that's only going to get to a certain amount. It's only going to get to you through a certain length, and it's going to go off, right? So if you hold smaller challenges, you're going to keep getting that resurgence of energy, the resurgence of motivation going, I want to get to the next one. I want to get better. I want to get to the next one. And what you keep hitting the new milestone and you keep hitting the new goal, eventually you're going to get to the place where you actually set out to be. It's never going to be a sense of dissatisfaction of you thinking, oh, I wasn't able to hit this goal. You know, like end of the year, I'm not going to look back and go, oh no, I wasn't able to do what I had wanted to do, right? Because you hit so many milestones along the way that it's going to be, oh, I didn't hit what I wanted to, but look how far I came.
Yeah, true. That's very true. You know what? That's a good point, man. Because like, I think what you just said, Sid, like that's the reason why a lot of people lose that energy, lose that motivation to do shit, because they try to go hard from day one. And I'm like, no, like I'd rather just progress slowly. And then eventually when you get to the goal you want to get, you look back and you're like, holy shit, I did that? Damn, you know, it's a lot more satisfying.
And like, there isn't a right way to do something either. I think people start comparing.
That's actually very true.
There isn't, like people start comparing and looking at other people's journeys, and then it's like, okay, I need to match that or do better, or we're similar age, I need to match it. Oh, this person is this, I need to match it. Or we're the same gender, I don't fucking know, I need to match it. Or we have similar types of streams or similar type of body structure, composure, whatever, I need to match it. I think it's okay to do it at your own path, sort of thing.
You know what's
do your own
funny?
path. Yeah, I agree with that. What's up?
One thing is, you know how when you're stopping something, they tell you never to go cold turkey, right? Never just completely stop doing it, right? I'm the very opposite. I need to do it completely cold turkey, otherwise I'm always gonna have like a little bit of like a lingering feeling behind me, and that's something I know for myself. You know, just
say that again. You need to do something lingering feeling.
So, like, do you know what the term cold turkey means, Hash?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, it means completely leave it. So, like, you just completely stop. It's like, say if you're a smoker, right? Going cold turkey means just completely stopping smoking at all, right? Okay. Normally, what people tell you to do is like lower your nicotine per day, smoke or like a little bit less per day, and eventually you'll quit, right? But for me, I've realized I'm the type to go very cold turkey, and I know it's in the minority because I know going to cold turkey often leads to not breaking habits, or when you eventually stop breaking your habits of cold turkey, you fall back into a deeper hole. But I realize I just need to just go cold turkey kind of thing. So it's like different people work different ways.
Yeah.
Right?
So you would think the best thing for you is to go cold turkey.
Yeah.
Is that so that's how okay, now I get why you
go like the go hard. Okay.
For me it is go hard because like
But why
so
do you
if
feel
I
like
do that, I just feel guilty.
Yeah, why do you think you have to go hard straight and not do it like bit by bit?
I don't know. I'm a very like I get attached to a lot of things, like people in general and stuff like that. Like I just build attachment to a lot of different things. Like there was a moment in time when I was so addicted to trying to learn how to play the guitar that that's all I did. I just wanted to look at guitar clips, just wanted to learn new songs, just wanted to like learn how to do this, how to do that, and it's like that. When I find out a new artist, like about a new artist that I really like, I'll go into the very depths of the artist. I'll literally try to figure out what their middle name is, where they used to live when they were 17 years old, and like I'll go ham and I'll do a lot of research about it and stuff like that. And it's just like that. And then if eventually I do want to stop, like say one person that I was really interested in before was Blackpink, right? Blackpink Jenny. I used to love Blackpink Jenny, but then she started doing a lot of very questionable things, cultural appropriation, and like just basically like came out as a dickhead, and I didn't want to associate myself with her. It wasn't a case of, oh, let me just like stop listening to them a little bit. I just like completely removed, like unfollowed on Instagram. I was like, I just don't want to see them anymore. Cold turkey. Because I knew otherwise I was like, oh yeah, like what they said wasn't that bad. They probably grew away from it and stuff like that. I've realized that, and it's something that that I've come to know now, basically.
I think I would say, as with something that takes time to do, and I mean like a proper goal, like an example being, I don't know, you want to become a professional boxer, whatever, but like something which is very hard to do and not the majority can achieve it. I think cold turkey is a scary route, because you're going
100%.
so hard, you're burn out.
You're gonna burn out
essentially
quick.
do, yeah.
You're gonna burn out quick, yeah.
You don't let yourself adjust.
100%.
Sort of thing. And I think another issue with cold turkey, I think anything in life which is something only the minority has achieved takes time to do, right? It's not something you can do easily. So I think going cold turkey makes you, without realizing, have a bigger expectation, because you're putting so much more emphasis on this, or so much more effort towards it. So it's harder. It's the same with fucking streaming, man. You know how many people start streaming that I'm gonna do 10 hours a day, 20 hours a day. I try to do 6-7 hours each day, 20 fucking days a week, all that shit. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. Cool. But in the early hours, it's the hardest, because you're gonna get, like, for months, man. I didn't even get a single viewer for like 3 months. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it
takes a while.
It's the hardest time. But instead of that person did an hour a day consistently, where they're not burning out, maybe maximum 2 hours, and they're just being consistent. So they're working with the algorithm. So they're working smart at this point. They're not working ridiculously hard. It's more so just doing it for long. I think they would then see more success in the long run and feel better as well. I think the issue with cold turkey is, in that aspect, is they're gonna burn out, man. They're gonna be too obsessed with it. They're not gonna get any results, because this shit takes time, like it takes years, and then that's it. They stop when they could have potentially been the most interesting person on this planet. You know what I mean? Potentially, like, I don't know, but they could have been like the coolest person there ever is.
They could have been someone. I get what you mean,
like made a cure for something or whatever. But the point is that potential isn't reached because they're going so hard into it.
You burn out quick, right? So.
And I see that.
Yeah. No. I 100%. I agree to that. But for me, because I know what I'm like going cold turkey is like, for me, that's what I'm saying. I'm in the minority. I'm in the very, very, very minority, right? Going cold turkey doesn't always work for it. Like, and that's coming from like my uncle used to be like very addicted to smoking. I mean, he still kind of is, right? But he used to smoke like a lot. He used to smoke like nearly a pack a day, basically, right? Damn. But then now he like barely smokes. He smokes like here and then, but he he's happy to just vape and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But with him, he needed a case of lowering the nicotine per day until he got to a certain length where just smoking a vape would be fine, right? But like I'm saying, for me, I need to go cold turkey, and for my mom, it's the same way. She was addicted to Candy Crush for the longest time, right?
My mom and dad still play that
Asian
shit.
Mom, isn't it? Very
yeah. My mom and dad still play that shit, man.
No, my mom is good. My mom literally finished Candy Crush, and she got bored waiting for new levels. She deleted the app, got the app again, started from the very first new thing again, finished it in 2 days or 3 days.
Jesus,
your mom's nuts.
Christ. I've never played the game, but I've heard it's hard. Never played it, but I've heard it gets hard, and fucking hell,
she finished the entire levels. Yeah, she used to be addicted, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm spending too much time playing Candy Crush." She just had to just delete it, cold turkey completely. But then for me, she's like, hey, maybe lower the amount of times you play games in a day by like, a little bit here and there. I was like, okay, mom, it's not the same. I'm not addicted to Candy Crush.
You know, one thing I actually want to say, which I just thought about, you know, when the question you like, how do you keep up with good habits and build good habits? I think sometimes people, like, I know someone, right, who complains about the interviewing skills, the way they interview for a job, and they say that they constantly get rejected and they don't do well in it. But then, like, I also think to myself, and then like they say to the people around them, oh, but you guys would get accepted. Oh, but you're outspoken. Oh, you're confident. Oh, you're good at thinking on the spot when they ask you a question. All the generic shit, right? But I think what people sometimes need to do is, like, this person has no idea that they've put no active effort towards being good at an interview. You know what I mean? They've put no effort. They haven't spent time.
They sound like a right idiot, huh, Hash?
Like, this person has they've never put anything towards
Right, Hash?
actually trying to learn how to interview. You know what I mean? Like, interviews aren't easy. You know, you got to actually put hours towards it. I used to think I was good at interviews. I failed so many, so I had to actually, I'm not joking, record. I've got recordings on my computer of me staring at myself. It's because you have to, because they're online. I'm practicing hand gestures and all that shit, and I look like an idiot. It's so cringy to watch, but it makes me laugh.
You do what you got. You do what you got to do.
But it's to improve. You know what I mean? I've looked at countless answers, so it's not a matter of some people have it easier. It's a matter of you don't see the effort or like what they've done towards it. So instead of thinking people have it, I don't believe in luck, by the way. That some people are luckier and all that shit. Just you gotta have the mindset that you can also do it, you know, and actually put in effort towards learning it and being able to do the action sort of thing. And I think that's another key point to put in your mind as well. That's something I want to tell everyone. That just reminded me because of what Sid was saying.
Yo, if this person that's on about the interviews in the chat, you're an idiot, right, Hash?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Bunny, you make a fair point. You don't believe in luck, but how do people
what a useless person?
That's like,
I know, right? God,
very minuscule, very minuscule. You know, Bunny, like the lottery thing. That's just like, I call that a coincidence at that point. If it's like who wins the lottery.
Okay, but here's the thing: with the lottery thing, you also have to put yourself into the position for you to be able to win the lottery. I'm not just gonna win the lottery if I don't enter in the lottery, you know? Like this, it's 99.9% luck, but at the same time, you need to put yourself in a position where you can win the lottery. You need a lottery ticket, essentially.
And you know, a lot of the winners don't actually win off of luck. They win because they figure out the algorithm. So there was this actual person.
I actually haven't heard that.
Yeah. So that everything has some sort of system behind it. It doesn't just get like, even the most like lotteries aren't random. There is an algorithm to it on how to win, which ticket to go for, patterns and shit. I don't understand it, but there was this article I read about this one person who won loads of like small scale lotteries, right? That she got banned because she figured out which tickets to get, when to get them, and which ones are like more likely to win and shit. Like, she figured out something which we obviously didn't, but there's more to it than what we are told. And apparently all winners ever don't win by luck. They figured out something and that's how they win. It's just, there's too many numbers, man. Like, it's too many fucking numbers.
There's a lot of numbers.
And then there's a lot more intelligence to it than I think we may be aware of, sort of thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Pretty cool. Yeah. That's fair.
Okay.
Still wild.
So,
there's an algorithm.
Okay, Blowfish, did you say how you kept up good habits? I think you did.
Yeah,
right?
I did. Yeah. It was like all about the to-do list and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was looking kind of.
Because in that way it's like sort of like because that way, like, another thing I forgot to mention is like that's like me holding myself accountable for stuff too, right?
Right.
Like,
okay. I'm very happy you said that, because
what's up?
Holding accountability. Do you guys think? Okay, I want to ask. Do you guys think telling someone else about your New Year's resolution makes you more likely to keep up with your New Year's resolution?
Ooh, that's a good one. To me, I think you have to tell certain people. Don't tell everyone. Okay. My reasoning for this is because the certain people you should tell are people who are on the same like wavelength as you. Whether it's like not necessarily be like, yeah, I want to go to the gym more sort of resolution. So you got to tell people, oh, I want like people with that sort of same thought. More just like someone who has a resolution, right? So I would tell like a few of my friends, like, yeah, I want to do this. do you have any like resolutions? And like, yeah, they're like, yeah, I do too, right? So in that sense, you also have to promise each other that like, hey, we should hold ourselves accountable in the sense that like, so say if you want to go to the gym more, I don't know, you could post more pictures on like your Instagram story saying like, yeah, I did this. That's fine. And then tag the person you told, right? So I feel like you need to tell people on the same wavelength, because that way, you're both in that mindset of like, right, this is what we promised ourselves for the new year. Let's keep this up. You tell everyone, they're just gonna be like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, good luck. That doesn't really sort of give you like motivation or energy or accountability to sort of just like keep doing what you're doing, right? So I do believe that you should tell people, just only certain people. What about you, Hash?
I agree. I younger I used to tell people because like I feel like it's bad to go around and telling people until you like. I prefer the concept of work in the shadows than in the open. Like do something, and make a result out of it, then tell people, sort of thing. And then, sorry, your results will show people. But I think it's good to tell people who are in a similar wavelength and they can actually help you,
Exactly.
and help you do better. There's no point in me explaining Twitch to my dad. Like, there's just no fucking point. He will never get it, and I don't blame him. He's not from this era or this generation. He doesn't understand.
But have you tried it though?
I have tried it, but
I've tried it too.
Then why would you say I would never
anymore? Like, what I'm trying to get to is like, I've explained to dad what I'm doing, right,
you.
and the money behind it stuff, but like, it won't. Yeah, it won't make sense to explain it, and it's a waste of your time. And I feel like if you tell too many people, you start not doing it.
That's the thing, right? Like, tell a certain amount of people, I would say, like a certain amount of people that are just like on the same wave. Like, speaking of like Twitch as well, man, I've been putting off telling my parents about like, yo, how do I follow you on Twitch, or how do I subscribe to you on Twitch? I've been putting that off for so long. I was like, yo, some of the shit I say, I'm like, mom and dad, you don't want to see that. That's like, so I've been putting out. I was like, yeah, I'll tell you later. Every time I go, it's like, yeah, can you tell me? I was like, yeah, I'll tell you later. And my mom's like, oh, I gotta do something. Or my dad's like, yo, I'm gonna go watch TV. I'm like, yeah, you do that. And I just go to my room downstairs.
Okay. The reason why I asked that is I actually in the book that I mentioned earlier, which I forgot what it was called, to be honest, but I actually read that if you tell people, you have another person that's gonna hold you accountable, right? If you tell someone else, they're gonna expect you to do it as well. If I tell someone, oh, I'm gonna go gym all the time, I'm gonna eat healthy. If I eat unhealthy, that person's gonna see me, oh, hey, didn't you say you're gonna eat more healthier?
Yeah.
Right? There's more accountability if you tell people.
is.
But if you tell too many people, the exact opposite happens.
Yep.
It gets to a point
can agree
where
with
there's
that.
so much accountability that it doesn't matter. Everyone kind of just knows, and it's just like a passing comment that's made, which is a very strange, but it makes sense. And the thing is, it's very interesting, right?
Yeah, I wonder what the psychology behind it is. Like, why do we stop?
It's and
why do we stop? Like when we tell
shall I tell you why how they did the testing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was just like,
why do we
can I tell you how they tested?
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, like, so
they
I'm curious
tested.
about that too.
I think they tested 1,000 people, and there's like this a very famous landmark somewhere in the world, in Europe somewhere. They got 1,000 people or so. Is it 100 or 1,000 people? And they got them to write what they want to change about themselves, like a New Year's resolution kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. They got them to write it down and stuff like that. Right. And they got a control group where it was some people told people about it, and then the people that wrote it down, they could like read each other's control group. Right. But the thing is, just because someone else read it didn't mean that they told the other person, so the other person can hold them accountable to it. So it was as if you didn't tell anyone, right? Are you following? So
I get what you mean, Sid. Yeah,
they did a control group where they wrote it down rather than so some people wrote it down and other people read it, and some people told people rather than writing it down, right? And it turns out writing it down had much more people that followed on with their resolutions that they made, opposed to the people that told people. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So another way of building good habits and stuff like that is also writing it down, so you can hold yourself accountable. Because essentially everyone told someone else, but one way was it was someone told someone that they know, and some people told strangers that they don't know at all, and then just told like maybe one or two people close to them. right? So there was one or two accountability towards them, like a pair of eyes holding them accountable, opposed to like 10, 20 people holding them accountable.
I think you're right about the accountable stuff, because even on my phone, I write down on my notes page what I need to do as like, and I never close that notes page. It's like everything is.
You guys see how shower's not on there?
Okay.
I didn't want to say it, man. I didn't want to say it.
Shit. But like, basically, yeah, it's always there because I feel guilty if I don't.
I didn't want to say it.
The more times I see it, and I feel guilty, I swear. The more times I see it, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's the thing, right? Like, like that to-do list for me, I'm just like, fuck, right, I gotta do that. All right, that's like me. That's there's a little like tinge of guilt at the back of my mind, sort of thing.
Like, I didn't know there was science behind it, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a psychology behind it. Yeah, you're right. I used to do psychology.
He did do psychology, yeah. That's why I felt happy asking, because I felt like he would know the answer, and he did.
Hey. Okay, last but not least, right? We talked about the new year that's coming. Let's talk about the one that's just passed, 2021. A very, very normie question. What are you grateful for? What are you appreciative of? It's a very basic question, but at the same time, there's quite a lot of things.
Yeah. Bugsy,
I want to go last because I've got no. Please,
let me go last. You can go first.
Blowfish, go first. Okay, fine. All right, go. You guys suck. You
know what? Yeah. If I say mine, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, you should have gone last. That's why. I'll say it now.
He knows.
Say yours. But if you say yours,
say it right now.
Yeah, say yours.
Say it right now. Okay. Well, one thing that I'm very appreciative of is I've gotten a lot closer to my family, and that's something that I can low-key die happy with, because there was a time when I was super close to my family. I'd tell them everything, like we'd joke around and everything and stuff like that, but it got to a point where I was very distant from them. All I wanted to do was stay in my room, not talk to my family, lie to my parents about where I was going, lie to the parents about who I was seeing, right? But now I'm open to tell them about everything. Like I've told them about my ex. I've told them about what's going on in my life, where I go. I told them that I drink and stuff. Like I'm so happy that I'm in a position where I can tell my parents and they're not gonna judge me for it, right? I told my parents about my mental health, which is very big, right? I've told them about my hopes, my aspirations, my dreams. I've told them about everything in general, right? I used to always say my friends are my family, but I never treated my family was my family, right? I've always held my friends closer than I used to hold my cousins, my nephews, my nieces, wherever. I used to hold my friends closer than that, and I realized that's a very messed up way of thinking about it, because they should be equal. If I think my friends are my family and I love my friends, I should love my family as well, right? And it was a very dark moment where I wasn't at a state where I was holding my family into the same level that I should have been holding, especially with my grandfather getting ill and stuff, who's like my biggest inspiration in the fucking world. So that's one thing I'm very appreciative of.
Okay.
That was a really cute answer, That
was a good answer.
Really cute answer.
That's why I wanted to go last, but fuck you, Hash. Just ruined the whole thing.
That was a really cute answer, yeah. You should have went last, so you should stuck to your gun, man. I hate losing like you, seriously. Blowfish.
Sure, me. Yeah, honestly speaking, so 2021, a lot of people, whenever I ask my IRL friends or anybody else, they're like, yo, fucking 2021 sucked. The common denominator was literally just like, yeah, because COVID was already. I was like, well, I mean, outside of that, like even for me, when it came to COVID, like it wasn't so bad for me, because I'm like, well, I mean, I've made the best of a shitty situation in the sense that, like, well, one, you know, I started streaming, and because I started streaming, I wouldn't have literally formed this podcast with Mr. Seven Thugs and Hash, and I think it's a really fun idea. I love doing it with these two guys, and thanks for having me as well. Like the only thing that kind of sucked for me in 2021 was that
we wanted Backsmasher, but he stopped streaming.
We wanted your brother, but he retired.
Oh, okay.
I guess you were the only one who was after him, but yeah, we did want your brother, yeah.
Wow, rude. But yeah, other than that one major setback I told you guys about, which wasn't even that bad for me, as fucked up as that might sound. After that, I don't know, like, I also just realized, like, yo, I have a lot. You know, I got a lot of buddies outside of stream. I've got a lot of stream friends. You know, and I'm very grateful for all the people that I've met on this platform, and of course all the people who I choose to maintain my, you know, friendship and my time with, right? That major setback made me just realize all of that. I'm just like, well, shit, yeah, that sucks, but you know, the help that comes with it, it's pretty fucking good, man. Like I saw all those guys, I told you guys about it, and you know, I think due to that setback of me like healing from it, it was a lot faster than I thought, right? And then due to that, like now I'm even more just sort of inspired to like pursue what I want. You know what I mean? Much more focused, I guess is a good way to put it. But obviously at the same time, you know, never forget, you know, who's there to always help and support, right? So that's the number one thing that 2021 has made me realize, like whether I just met them today, yesterday, a year ago, and you know, if they're still supporting me, like you always got to shout out the homies, man. So never forget that. So yeah, that's what I'm grateful for, I guess. What about you, Hash?
I think one thing I'm grateful for, and I've only like a week ago realized this, is I think when starting streaming and all this stuff, and because this year I've been working as well, part of my university placement, so like I'm doing more, like, I'm not gonna say I'm more busy, but it feels more busy because 9 to 5, Monday to Friday I'm also working, etc. But I feel like I felt that a part of doing this whole like every day you have to stream at 8:30, 9 o'clock thing, I've lost a lot of my social side. Not because like, oh, I don't want to give time to my friends. It's just 9 o'clock is a peak time to go out with people. Like if you go out to watch a movie, you get home around 10, 11. You know what I mean? If you go to eat somewhere, you just, oh, let's go at 8. I can't because I got to be home for 8:30/9 o'clock because I got to go live. Shit like that. So I was like, fuck, I've lost a lot of the interaction and stuff. But I don't feel like that anymore. And that's not more so because I've now start seeing more people and shit. I actually haven't. Is luckily the peoples who I have met on Twitch, etc., online, I guess, which is funny because I'm the first one to roast online friends, online relationships and shit like that. But the online friends I've now met are really relaxed people, like, and the people I speak to on, I would say, an every other day, daily basis, you know what I mean? Like, even the people who are talking right now, whether it be Bunny, Reaper, Kyra, Taya, Dorita Sheep, whoever, I speak to these people, and it's weird because I feel like I've actually made good friends on an online basis sort of thing, and I am grateful, I guess, that, I mean, yeah, I am grateful that that's now being created, you know what I mean? Like that, those relationships have been made, and I didn't think that would happen, swear. I didn't think that people would, I didn't think people would ever hold value enough to a streamer to want to be good friends with them. Seriously, I didn't think that was a thing people cared about. And I didn't think that I would meet the types of people that I've met in the last like few months or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, in that sense, I would say and obviously I'm still grateful for other things like family, etc., etc. But something which recently has come into my mind is this. That's my biggest one, I think.
Awesome.
Okay, that's crazy. I mean,
that was actually a good last answer. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess that wraps it up.
Thank you. My answer was the best
for coming.
Nah, Sid's answer's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Sid's answer.
Way to fucking ruin it, Hash.
Sid's answer's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty good.
You know what? I was actually gonna give a round of applause to you, but you had to ruin it with the best.
I know, right? God.
Get the fuck up, bro. But thank you guys for coming along to our podcast of the first podcast of 2022.
Actually, yeah.
You know, one thing I struggle for so long saying the year because you know, like you just been through the year, right? Like 2022, when 2023 comes, 2023 is gonna sound so weird and stuff like that.
It's gonna sound weird.
I'm still living in 2012. I'm still waiting for the Mayans to predict of the end of the.
Oh yeah, the fucking what's it? Comet.
I actually stood up for that shit, okay, and nothing happened. I was disappointed.
Bro,
I was
when
disappointed.
2012 November something happened. November, it was like November.
I think 21st. Yeah, no, or like wasn't it like? It was like December 21st, 21st, I think.
Something like that, right? Yeah. I remember on that night, I was like, I can't fall asleep because this is the day we're gonna die. And I was like, just sat there on my bed, just waiting for me to fucking die. And I was like, hey, it's a bunch of bullshit. But hey, I'm waiting for the world
Like,
to
I
end.
can't wait for my first major earthquake ever. And I was watching anime, and I'm like, well, where is it? That was like me, like when I stood up.
Do you remember how scared people were as well? Oh, it was such a meme.
Yeah,
Everyone
bro,
was so scared,
Man, like why?
People were so scared.
2047. 2047. I'm calling it right now.
What's-
Doomsday.
I will be 47. Sid will be 47.
Yeah, 2047. That's when Doomsday's gonna happen.
I'm alright with that
Doomsday.
one. It's alright. As 47's alright.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be alright. That's old.
Actually-
Blowfish, you probably.
I'm probably gonna be dead.
Probably
Yeah, I was gonna
pass
say.
before that,
Yeah, average
I'm
life
probably gonna be
expectancy,
dead.
Yeah, probably won't even get to. But yeah, but for the rest of us, 2047. That's alright. I'm okay with that one. But yeah, as Sid was saying, as Blowfish was saying, thank you so much for watching our PODCAST episode. I appreciate all of you. Take care of yourselves, and I will rate someone. I completely forgot. I will rate the first person I see online, to be honest. Thank you so much for watching us. Take care of yourselves. Oh, when are you guys streaming next? Sorry.
Tomorrow for me
Blowfish
at
tomorrow.
7 p.m. your
for
time.
me as well.
At 7 p.m.
Tomorrow
your
for
time.
Sid as
me
well.
Hey, let's
Yeah, you
go.
know, hey, four
Whoa.
streams, 4 streams this week
Whoa,
alone.
it's
That's
a
crazy, right?
miracle.
Who am I? Who am I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's
you're
crazy.
you're not Sid. Well, who? That's crazy, bro.
I
Can you end
will-
the stream already so I can pee?
I'm actually gonna go live again in 15 minutes because I want to stream for a bit. I'm in the mood. So I'll see you
Alright.
guys in 15 minutes. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all in a bit.
Bye.
See you later.